Previously on my farming life.
Harvest has dragged on. We haven't got much left to go. We're almost in the corner from initial tests. The quality is not great. We just have to live with that and move on. Look at this. I'm very excited about this. We've made a decision. We've actually bought a new tractor. Oh, right then. Oh, he came in there quick, did he ever? So yeah, what we're going to do is sign some paperwork and then we'll get these both away, I reckon. Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my farm and life. You join me here in the 956. We're starting to actually get some bales brought back in from the stubble field. This has been far too wet for too long. It is still a bit sticky underfoot, so we're just taking it slowly. But we're going to take this up to South Healy here, and then Cousin can bring the loader up and get this unloaded in his own time. He's just trying to move some bales around from the wetter parts of the field there at the minute. It has been a little bit drier. It's still not dry enough to get on with anything too crazy, but it's improving, which is always a good sign. Hopefully that'll continue for the next couple of days, and then we'll be able to get on with earnest really and have a look at some cultivation work, and hopefully as well get that combine in to finish off the linseed that we have here and over at Benridge, and then the beans that we have up on the hill. But yeah, ultimately, yeah, we're trying to do what we can. There's baling still to be done. We can't get on with that at the moment because we've run out of net wrap, and we're waiting for the next lot to arrive hopefully soon, next couple of days, which should give that a little bit more time to dry out there, and we'll be looking good. So yeah, lots of little odds and ends today just to get it all done. What we're going to do with this is actually just park this somewhere, probably just with the nose sticking down the side here, because all of this is going to go into the shed here now that we've got the space to do it, and we'll be able to get that all stacked in there with ease and get a few other bits and pieces in there too. But let's just push that back a little bit more. Fantastic. And we'll leave it there. Yeah, like I say, so this is going to be the first load that's going to come on in, and plenty of room in which to stack it all into here, probably along that far side. And then yeah, we've got space. We'll be having a few piles of seed coming up as well shortly, and a few other bits and pieces we'll put into here, and the machinery storage space as well will always be vital because we don't have that much of it across the two farms in reality. But yeah, like I say, tractor's stuck. We can't really do too much with that at the minute. We just gotta wait. Hopefully we can get going the next day or two with that, because we need to get these fields. There's this field left to bale, and then the big field of wheat that we did down at Benridge as well. We get those two done, and then we can actually start to get a little bit more ground turned over as well, which is going to be the plan. But today's quite exciting. We've got a day of new arrivals today, so we're going to take the truck and we're going to go and have a look at the calves that we've finally had delivered. Uncle's up there now with the feeder wagon, and we're going to just check in on them and see what they're looking like, and you know, walk through this satellite pen that we're using, and you know, there's a lot of good things happening there, so we're just gonna have a quick peek in, and we will take this truck here. And we'll go, it's only just around the corner, so it's really not too far at all, but it'll just allow us to go and have a bit of a look in. It's quite exciting. I haven't done too much with it up there. I know of the pens themselves there, they've been around for a while. But it's going to be nice, yeah, just to check in and see, and have a look at the calves as well that we've got. I'm not sure how many we received. I think it's around 25 or something, but maybe I'm wrong. Uncle will fill us in on that one. He's very excited and eagerly awaiting the next delivery, which I think is not going to be for a little bit, but it's all a good sign now. A little bit more space to work in as well, and we'll be it's going to be an interesting season for finishing cattle, and we'll see how that gets on. But yeah, it's going to be rather exciting to see. Really, there's not too much else to report. We've just been waiting for this weather. Really, it's been dry now for like 3 days, 4 days, which is good. We just need a few more days because some of the fields were wet, but it's starting to get really damp in the mornings and in the evenings, which is hammering us for trying to get the combine done. So we'll have to see how that goes. Around the corner we go and up the hill. So yeah, it's really not far away from South Healy for this yard, which is handy. Can keep an easy eye on everything, and it's not a problem at all. And then obviously we're in these fields up here anyway. This is the last field of beans that we have up here to get through. And then that's probably the last thing on our listings. As you can well see, they are not close. So we'll be hanging around a little bit waiting for those. Ah, there he is. Wonderful stuff. Let's just go and get this gate opened up and see what's happening. Alright. Looks like he's feeding them up there. And then, yeah, in we come to our little storage yard here. The Satellite cattle yard here, which I think is a lovely little tiny pen. This is built by another landowner, and he used to use it himself, but has since just been leasing out to people, really. And here you all are. Look at all these. Alright, looks like you might have finished there. Let's just have a chat with Uncle there and see what he's thinking. Now then, what have we got here?
35 Aberdeen Angus calves, fresh as the morning dew. Quite the handsome bunch, if I do say so myself.
Absolutely. So what's the plan with all these boys then?
Got ourselves a bit of a timetable here. We'll keep this lot for anywhere from 10 to the 13 months. There'll be regular health checks, weighing, the whole shebang. Can't afford any slacking off now, can we?
No, we absolutely can't. Interesting. And then I see you've just finished feeding them up there. Any changes to what we're feeding them at the moment, or is that going to be staying the same?
Yep, it'll be a protein-heavy diet with forage, sugars, and digestible fibre. The mixing wagon is going to come into its own here.
Yeah, from what I've seen, the cost of importing some of these things can make it quite prohibitive.
Achieving the right balance is crucial, but the trick will be managing our crop rotation to grow everything on the farm for the years to come. Speaking of cultivations, how's the contractor going down at Belham?
Yeah, not too bad. He seems to be traveling quite well from what I've heard. I'm going to swing down there now and have a look and see what's happening, how it's getting on. But ultimately, yeah, I think it's going okay. There's a lot of ground still to cover, some of the heavier ground that he's not gone to yet, but we'll see. And yeah, hopefully we continue to get that covered. I think I'll be going off to grab a muck spreader sooner rather than later as well from NGS, so we can think about getting going over there as well and start getting some of this cattle muck spread.
Has the new tractor arrived?
It has. It's down at Baling. We're going to go and have a look at it now, and not too much to do with it until this weather dries out, but hopefully we'll get going with it sooner rather than later. Speaking of which, I should probably get going, so I will leave you here with this lot. They're looking great. Can't wait to see the rest of them arrive. And we will see how we get done. So I'll catch you then.
Sounds good. See you then.
Very nice. So yeah, 35 there so far. Another 20 odd or so to arrive. They're looking pretty good, I must say so. Very, very happy to see them. So that's good. We will leave them be. And we're going to just jump on into our truck now and get going. But yeah, it's nice to see them, really. Now, you will have heard... Unclaskin there about the new tractor, and it is down at Belham. We're going to go and have a look at that now, and we're going to just get a few bits and pieces done down there. We're also going to check in on a contractor who should be spreading lime. If you remember in the last video, if you saw, we had a lot of lorries of lime coming in. We had a load more coming in from that point onwards, which means that now we're causing even more disruption in the village, because we're going from where we're tipping it to where it's been spread with a huge big spreader, mammoth thing. So we will have to see how we get on with that, and hopefully, yeah, like I say, we will be able to get everything covered. It's going to take a day or so after today, and then we'll be able to get all the land covered. That allows us to get into the plow with some ground, and then we've got a bit of muck to spread in other fields that really need a bit more organic matter introduced, and we'll see what that looks like as well. That grass is really starting to come on there. That's one thing that's been looking quite good from all this weather we've had, is that the grass is really starting to look a lot better for itself. Anyway, off we go. Over the little bridge and far away. Yeah, we're going to go down to Baling. We'll just make sure that everything's looking good with the Contractor. Have your guesses in the comments if you think you know which tractor we ended up going for there. A few people have been asking, and I've been keeping it a bit of a secret, but we've received it, and we're going to walk you through why we went for this model. Why we went for this brand, and ultimately what the plan is as well. We've got a new drill. It's not been hooked up to the drill yet. It's going to probably do a bit of muck spread and then go on to the drill, and that will give, hopefully, give cousin a little bit of time, or probably, I think it's going to be cousin or dad, likely dad actually. who will be jumping onto the plow for a bit just to get us ahead of the game. So Bungle's got some plowing to do, and we'll see how we go. In fact, there, I think you can just see the beast of a yellow machine working over there. That is the spreader. It's a huge, big tractile thing, or trike of a thing. Three-wheeled beast with a huge spreader on the back, and it's, like I say, it's a lot quicker for Contractor to come and do that. It costs us a bit more money, but you know, we can focus on other things, which is, you know, you got to figure out where your own time is best spent, and I think we've kind of got it nailed there. But yeah, around the corner we come anyway. So lots of vehicles have been coming in and out there. The villagers have been a little bit upset. We've spoken to a few of them, kept them on side best as we can. But you know, sometimes it's not easy. But they understand, and we're trying to do it during the day, and you know, stop that noise too much coming through in the evening. Oh, there you go. And look at him, there he is. He's away. He's making good ground on another field. Look at the size of that thing. Absolutely massive. It'd be great for him to drive one of those all day. So he's got all of the stubble field down here to do, and all of the new ground that we have that's all being cleared now down at Manor Farm as well. So there's a lot to go out there. The grass field down there, we're going to try and get that plowed over sooner rather than later, because ultimately that's ground that we need to get into an arable crop. So we'll see, but yeah, that's probably actually where we'll start with the plowing, I think. Once this has all been spread over here, then we'll get them straight on into that. Be good. Combine sadly has not moved, which is a shame, but here it is. And then I'm going to sling this actually just over here. I've been doing a little bit of clearing out muck around the yard here, fixing a few things like that, but it's all looking good. So yeah, we're getting on. We're doing okay. We are doing all right. There will be more wet weather jobs, probably taking this up to the new farm, up to South Healy, to get everything cleaned up there as well. We've got a bit of a decision to make, because right now we have 5 tractors. We don't need 5 tractors. Obviously the new ones stay in. I think we'll definitely end up keeping the Ford. This is one of the newer of the rest of the fleet, and it's also a 40k box in there as well, so that one will definitely stay, but we're just not sure which one we should try and sell. I think we've kind of come down to the idea that it'll either be the 7810 or the case 956, but we're not sure either way, so we're having a bit of a conversation around that, seeing if there's any interest in either or both of them. I think personally keeping hold of the 7810 just to keep it on the wagon, but also part of me thinks if we keep the slightly larger tractor, it can do a bit more work as well. 4-wheel drive on there too, so we might end up keeping the case 956, but we'll see. And the reason for that is because, well, we've got our brand new tractor, and it's in the shed here, and I'm very, very excited by it. We have been looking around, as you well know. We've been demoing various different vehicles and various different brands, but we've ended up with another Massey, because of course I have been looking at Masseys for a while, and I've been looking to try and find the right one. I was looking at a few older models, but the value there is flying up really, and we wanted something that was going to be a bit bigger. So the options that we had from a second-hand market or from a much older used market were a little bit too small, about 130, 135 horsepower. We're going up a little bit more. This is 175, and this allows us to, you know, start to build that foundation for larger equipment for us moving forward. Case in point, the big drill behind us there, and then the front press to go onto it. But it's a 7616, and it's an absolute delight of a machine here. We have had to finance it. We couldn't afford to buy this outright. Just too much. But the reason why we went down the Massey route is quite simple. Number one, we've had Masseys for a long time. We like the brand. We're familiar with them. We also get a really great dealer service and support from just down the road there as well. So should anything go wrong, the fit is out in a heartbeat to help us if we can't get to the shop ourselves. It is this. We looked at this. We looked at the New Holland and the case were the 3 that it really came down to. And this one hit the right balance of age, hours, and financing options. Because make no mistake about it, all 3 of those tractors would have had to require financing to purchase it. So we've gone for it, and it's delightful. I absolutely love it. It's going to be great. It's It's already all set up for GPS. We have a new subscription starting to make sure that works with Trimble. So that's all going to be dialed in the next day or two, which is going to be great because we're going to use it intensively with our drill there. So it's going to be looking quite good. But yeah, 50k box in there as you well expect. Front linkage, which is working fine. There's no real wear or concerns across it. We're looking at just a shade over 2200 hours, which for a 2016 model is not that bad. I'm quite all right with that. And yeah, so like I say, it's got a good balance in there for us. So we're just going to bring this out the shed a little bit here. And yeah, I just think this is an absolutely delightful tractor. I really do. Now, we've had the Masseys for a while, like I mentioned. Our current Massey there is a 3125. We won't be getting rid of that one because, again, we like that tractor on the plow. It works really well for now, at least, as we got a 4-thrower plow. And we'll see if that continues. But yeah, this was just an absolute delight to have. So like I say, couldn't really go for a different option there once this one became available. Out of the New Holland in the case, I did like them both. They were very similar, and I would probably have gone down to the New Holland out of those two. And we might well keep an eye on one of those or something similar for next year, maybe a little bit smaller horsepower, because we will have to, and we're already discussing another upgrade probably middle of next year there once we start to really kick on, and some of that extra land's going to become available. So we'll need one more bigger tractor just to help with that, and that will probably see the end of the whichever tractor we don't get rid of today. Either the case, I suppose, or the Massey will probably go at that point in time. But that being said, right now, this is really nice for us. This is going to be my main machine to drive here, and probably I'll end up doing, using this exclusively, focusing a lot on all of the heavy land work and all the tractor work. Really, we'll try and get as much done with this as possible. We do still, like I say, we'll be looking into different options at some stage or another, but for right now at least, this will do. This will allow us to get on with a bit of work, allow us to get this slurry tanker onto here as well, but it's also just comfort and speed and taking us that next step forward. So yeah, we got a new Massey. I'm very pleased with it. Let me know what you think down below, if you like it, or if you thought we'd be going for this option, or what we would take. But ultimately, this is going to be pretty cool. We're going to stick this onto a muck spreader first to get it dirty, I think, and get it working. And I'm going to pick that up tomorrow morning. I think that's coming in, and that's from our local grain store. They also do hiring out of things like spreaders and tankers. So we'll look into that one, which should be rather good, and we'll be able to see what that looks like for us and see how we get on. So we will just have to check. It's getting awfully dark and cloudy all of a sudden, and ultimately that's pretty much us, really. It's a slower day today. There's not too much happening, but we're getting a little bit of progress, and we're almost ready to get back onto the field. So we'll probably leave it here for right now. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, do leave them down below. Let me know what you're thinking about the new Calf Enterprise that we're going into there, and also the new Massey. Very shortly, as we get through into the later months there, we'll be opening up the pits soon. That's going to be coming, and we'll have to see how we get on there. So let me know. Yeah, drop us a comment down below if you have just cracked open your silage and what that's looking like too, and we will get going. For now, though, thank you very much for watching the latest episode of My Farm and Life. My name has been Simulation for the Nation. If you've enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up and leave any comments, questions, or feedback down below. Until next time, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, and we'll see you later.